There has never been a better time than now to come join the Bellisio Foods team. Bellisio has a new contract in place with plenty of awesome perks for their employees. From increased wages, access to the free health clinic, vacation after 6 months, and much more, Bellisio Foods is committed to putting their employees first. For more information or to apply, visit BellisioFoods.com/careers. Take advantage of these great new employee benefits and join the Bellisio team today. Visit BellisioFoods.com/careers to learn more.
Well, happy hump day, everyone, and welcome to another edition of the morning show right here on Main Street TV. Of course, Jennifer here to start off your morning with the man, the myth, the legend, Kurtis Strickland.
Good
welcome.
Morning. Good morning.
You've probably been called worse, right?
Absolutely.
No, welcome to the program. We're so glad to have you here, and we are going to talk about, well, we thought it was going to be all things pumpkins, but basically it's all things holiday related, right?
Correct. Everything going on in Oak Hill in the next 3 months.
That's so good. And you guys, I've always said this. I think Oak Hill is just such a cool community. Everybody, it's just kind of a tight-knit little fun community down there. And you all do a lot of cool events.
Yeah, we have a lot that goes on in October and November and December around Halloween and Christmas, obviously. So I can't wait to share that with you.
Yeah, very good. And how did you get the pleasure of being here today to talk to us?
So I'm the president of the Oak Hill Area Chamber of Commerce.
Oh, that's it, huh?
And I have been since, I think, 2006. So that's a highly sought-after position. Totally volunteer. But the Chamber of Commerce is the organization who puts on the annual pumpkin walk. So
yes, and so last year we were blown away by some of the entries to the pumpkin walk, but the one that won last year, and we were trying to remember what it was, but it was like all bedazzled and stuff. It's like the second one from the right, I think.
Hold on.
Jeez, James, you're getting ahead of yourself there. There it is. Mm-hmm. And I forget what it is, but it was insane. It had all the candy corns on it, right?
Yeah, it's a blowfish.
Blowfish. Okay, I know, yes. And it, like, literally, she glued all of those candy corns on that.
She'll be back this year. She picked up one of our pumpkins, so she's probably in the middle of decorating her pumpkin for this year. So.
You know what? All the pumpkins probably vie for that young lady. Like, hey, pick me. I want to be something really cool. But no, there are so many different and creative pumpkins that people do. So you guys do the annual pumpkin walk, and that's this weekend, isn't it?
Yep, coming up October the 16th, this Saturday. We've already provided our 100 pumpkins to the community, so we always partner with Weber Farms to get about 100 pumpkins, which we give out to mostly kids before the event leading up to it. So to make sure we get as much participation as we can. So those were provided last Thursday and Friday, and they'll start dropping them off Saturday about 5:30. And as they drop them off, we'll stick a candle in them and start lining them up around our track at Central Memorial Park.
That will be so fun. And how did this pumpkin walk come to be?
Well, I have to give my wife credit. Before I left this morning, she was like, make sure you tell them that I'm the one who come up with this idea. But
Thank you.
About 11 years ago, my wife was reading the magazine we get from our local electric cooperative.
Yeah.
And they had a story in there about a pumpkin walk event over in Lancaster where they did it outside in the woods, and it ended with a fire and such. And she said, we should do one of those in Oak Hill. So that's how it got started. We started doing it. Instead of in the woods, we do it around the walking track at Central Memorial Park, our park in town, which is on the site of the old Central Elementary School.
Yeah, which is, very, very good spot. All right, so people have already picked up the pumpkins, so that part's over with. So now we're in decorating mode, right?
We are. Yep. Everybody's mainly most of the pumpkins are carved. We do have a category for the best painted pumpkin as well. So we usually get a lot of really good painted pumpkins as well. So yep, they'll drop them off Saturday between 5 and 6:30, and we'll put a tea candle in each one of them and line them up around the park in a certain direction so that when you walk, usually counterclockwise, all the pumpkins are facing you, and we light those up right at dark. So it's usually a pretty cool scene. There's several hundred people there usually.
That is so fun. I love that. And then, of course, it's a competition, right?
Right, and then so we everybody walks around, and we have our judges out judging all the pumpkins. And after the judging's done, everybody comes underneath the shelter house there at the park, and we give away our prizes, which have been pretty consistent over the years. It's best carved pumpkin, best painted pumpkin, scariest pumpkin, funniest pumpkin, and then the overall best of show pumpkin.
Aha.
So, I would mention that we do have one young boy. His name's actually Grayson Mcintyre. I'll throw his name out there. I believe he's won 3, 4, 5 years in a row for usually the scariest pumpkin. So he's got quite the imagination. I think he's a 6th grader. So hopefully he'll be there again this year, and we'll see what he comes up with.
Does he carve it or does he paint it?
Usually his pumpkins are always carved. Yes.
Wow. That is so cool for a young kid to have quite that imagination.
Yeah,
very good.
Yeah, he usually comes up with some really awesome pumpkins.
So, what are some of the pumpkins that have stood out to you in the past that people have done?
Probably the one I remember the most is, I think, from the very first year. This is the 10th year we've.
Is it really?
This will be the 10th year.
Wow.
Time flies. We started in 2012, so
Man.
This is our 10th pumpkin walk. The very first year, I can't remember who actually carved the pumpkin, but it was a cheeseburger. And they used a really large pumpkin, and they carved out the middle. There's a picture of it on our Facebook page, I'm sure. They carved out the middle, and then they actually come to McDonald's and bought cheeseburgers and lined them up around it, and then put lettuce on top, and it was awesome. Put seeds around it, so. Yeah, there it is. That's the cheeseburger.
Wait a minute.
That was awesome. I think they used pumpkin seeds to look
for
like
the bun.
Yeah.
That is so cool. I love that.
So there's a lot of others that on our Facebook page. If you go to the Oak Hill Chamber's Facebook page, we usually post most, if not all, the pumpkins. So you can see a lot of cool ones there. Get a lot of ideas. Google decorating pumpkins.
Yeah,
there's
go to
a lot
Pinterest.
out there.
Go to all those
Pinterest,
places.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, what a fun event where like your imagination is the limit. You know, it's like you can do anything you want to do.
Absolutely.
Wow.
We have a lot of scary pumpkins that I think I enjoy the most since it's Halloween. I mean, scary and Halloween kind of go together. So we always have a lot of awesome and sometimes bloody pumpkins. So.
Ooh. Probably some like ketchup or something. Right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
We hope, right? Well, very good. So that is this coming Saturday, and then you have some like refreshments too, right? Yeah.
So after during the pumpkin walk, the chamber always provides apple cider and cookies underneath the shelter house for everybody there to enjoy as they walk around and look at all the pumpkins as they're lit up. So that takes place for about a half hour, 45 minutes, and then we come in and we give away the prizes, and everybody grabs their pumpkins, and it's over. It's a pretty short event. Usually it's over by like 8:30.
That's so fun, though. And you do get to take your pumpkin home, right?
Absolutely. We highly encourage you to take your pumpkins home. Because any pumpkins that don't go home with whoever brought them, they usually end up at my house, but my kids like to light them up too, so we always end up with a lot of extra pumpkins usually.
How funny. What is that one, James? I'm sure.
So that is the scariest pumpkin winner from last year.
Ooh.
I'm not sure if that's who you were talking about or not, but according to Facebook, that is the scariest pumpkin from last year.
All right, so there you go. Sky's the limit, man.
Yep. So drop pumpkins off between 5:30 and 6:30 this Saturday It's free event. Anybody can do it. Anybody from around the county, entire area. Just carve your pumpkin, bring it over between 5:30 and 6:30. We'll stick a candle in it, line it up around our walking track, and then everybody comes back at 7:30 around dark when we light them up and do the actual pumpkin walk.
Well, let me ask you this. If somebody missed out on picking up the pumpkin, is it okay if they just bring their own pumpkin from somewhere else and decorate it and bring it in to exhibit?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yep. Your pumpkins are welcome. We just we give away 100 just to try to get the maximum participation. We usually have between 40 and 80 pumpkins entered into the contest.
Wow.
So it's usually enough that it lines up our entire walking track. We have a 1/8 mile walking track around Central Park, and we usually line it up around that entire 1/8 mile. So
very good. Well, that sounds like a blast. Can't wait to see how it all comes out.
Absolutely.
So that is this coming Saturday. Don't forget that. And again, there's the contest. So the different categories are like carved, best painted, scariest, funniest, best to show, that kind of stuff. So do you win anything?
Absolutely, yeah. Oh. Usually you win a large pizza from one of our local pizza establishments. So
well, heck yeah.
Either a Callie's or Giovanni's Pizza for the winner usually.
There you go. It doesn't get any better than that, right? All right, and if anybody has any questions, can they call you, or how they get?
My name and number is on the flyer. If you have any questions, call Kurtis Strickland.
All right, 418-3649.
You got it.
Just call him about pumpkins, not other stuff. So, all right, so once we get past this weekend, then there's more holiday stuff coming up in Oak Hill. And while you're here, we figured we should talk about that.
Absolutely. So also on actual Halloween weekend, which is surrounding October the 30th, the Oak Hill Festival of Flags Committee, who is the committee who organizes and makes sure the Oak Hill Festival of Flags goes off each year. They are doing another event this year. They're calling a Halloween Shindig. On October the 30th, they'll have a veal fry, a trunk or treat, and a parade of masks at Etna Park. So we have two parks in Oak Hill: Central Park, just over by the Presbyterian Church where the old Central Park used to be, and then Etna Park, which is right beside the city building right off 93. So that's where that event will be at Etna Park. 4 o'clock, the veal fry starts. That's a fundraiser to raise money for the 2022 Festival of Flags.
Okay.
So come over and get the world famous Jackson County veal.
You got it.
And then from 4 to 5:30, they'll do the trunk or treat setup. So anybody's welcome. It's free. You can come over and treat the kids out of your trunk starting at 5:30, which is the same time as the Oak Hill trick or treat. So the Oak Hill village-wide trick-or-treat is from 5:30 to 7 o'clock.
Okay.
And the trunk or treat at Etna Park will be the same time, 5:30 to 7. So trunk or treat, 5:30 to 7. Trick or treat, 5:30 to 7 in Oak Hill. And then after that's over, at 7:30, the Festival of Flags will be doing a parade of masks. So that was actually an event that used to occur years and years ago in Oak Hill.
Okay.
It was something, if you talk to the older folks, I think I remember it when I was a kid. I'm not one of the older folks.
That was a few years ago.
That was a few years ago.
Yes.
It's something that Oak Hill used to always do. They would have a parade of masks, so all the kids would parade around in their costumes, and they would give away prizes. So they're bringing that back. The Festival of Flags is 7:30. They'll do the parade of masks there at Etna Park. And they'll give away prizes for most unusual, creative, prettiest, scariest, overall best costume, and Queen's favorite. So, definitely plan to be at Etna Park at 7:30 with your costumes to join the parade of masks to see all the costumes this year in Oak Hill. So,
now can adults come too, or does it have to just be kids?
I believe it's open to everybody, kids and adults. No fee to participate. So everybody come out with all of your awesome costumes.
Over or under 50 Squid Game costumes?
I'm gonna go with under. in this situation.
In this scenario,
I feel like that's maybe more of a bar like Halloween costume than a
if little kids are watching Squid Game, I'm a little concerned about that.
I guess I'm guilty. My kids watch Squid Games.
Well, I guess it depends on how old they are. But yeah, that was a wild one. But anyway, so that's very, very fun, and that's something going on Halloween weekend.
October the 30th, trick or treat, trunk or treat, parade of masks, and grab a veal while you're there. So
yeah, I mean, you can show up, you can have a lot of fun, you can eat dinner, and maybe win some stuff.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. So we have the pumpkin thing this weekend, and then on Halloween weekend, we have that event. And then, of course, as we head on past Halloween and get into the holiday season with Thanksgiving and Christmas.
Yeah, so we have our third organization. There's really 3 community organizations in Oak Hill who all work together to do different events. The Oak Hill Area Chamber of Commerce, who I'm associated with, the Oak Hill Area Oak Hill Festival Flags Committee, and then the Oak Hill Historical Society, which is a organization that was created a few years ago. They were originally created to refurbish the old theater in town.
Okay.
So they received money to redo the theater in town, which is now a place where you can rent to hold events. So the Liberty Theater, it's awesome if you've never been there. The Historical Society holds events at the Liberty Theater pretty much year-round. It's booked. It's a really fabulous facility. So the Oak Hill Historical Society, they'll be doing their event of the year called Christmas in the Village on December the 4th. So it's always the first Saturday in December.
That sounds fun.
So that
kick off the season, huh?
Correct. Yep. So that involves the Christmas parade, the Christmas tree lighting ceremony, and then Meet the Santa, and they have live reindeer as well. So it's an event that the Oak Hill Historical Society started, I want to say 5 or 6 years ago. You can see a picture there.
There's reindeer.
So starting in late October, early November, you can fill out a form on their web page or their Facebook page to reserve a tree, to purchase a tree. And the Historical Society will purchase Christmas trees, line those up around Central Park, the same place where the pumpkin walk's going to be. They'll line them up, stake them up, have them all ready for you, and then you go over and decorate your tree. Mm-hmm. And then they also give away awards during the month of December and January for the best decorated trees. So I think Jackson does the same thing. I believe Wellston also does one now as well.
For sure. Yeah. You know, just how fun is that? You know, your creativity is the limit. The crazy things people have done with trees is just wild to me. And that's so fun. We
always have, I know, they line the trees up again around the walking park at Central Park. And then on December the 4th, after the parade, they do official lighting where they plug them in. We also have a very large live tree that they decorate at Central Park that the Historical Society planted a couple years ago. It's probably 15, 20 feet tall. So they actually plug them in, light them all up at once. So that's the first time everybody gets to see all the trees that were decorated. We usually have between around 40 and 50 trees, so it's quite the scene. For you Browns fans, there's always usually the Jackson County Browns backers do a tree. So if you like the Cleveland Browns, there'll be a Cleveland Browns tree.
You can come pay homage and pray that they continue on, huh? Well, that's so good. All right, so, and that again is December 4th. So you have the parade, you have the tree lighting, and then I hear Santa's going to be there, so that's cool.
Absolutely, yep.
And reindeer.
And reindeer, yep. You'll be able to meet Santa that night, sit on Santa's lap, tell him what you want for Christmas, kids. And then they'll also have the live reindeer there again this year. I saw a picture earlier of the reindeer. Those are always popular. Really cool if you've not saw the live reindeer. They're really awesome. So
So here's the deal. I mean, December 4th is a really good time. I mean, that's pretty early on in the season, and you still have your time in to get your request in with Santa, and he still has time to make this stuff.
Absolutely. That gives him 20 days to
get
your toys and everything ready for delivering.
Like, get that request in early, and the chances are better that you're going to get what you're wanting. That's the way
Absolutely.
I look at it.
Yeah, that's why they're saying order your Christmas presents early. I think you should tell Santa what you want early as well.
Absolutely, early and often. Well, very good. I think that these all sound like such fun events, and as I said, you all do some great things down in Oak Hill, and it's just such a cool community, and we just invite everyone to come down and check it all out.
Yep, definitely come out and check out the Pumpkin Walk this Saturday, October 16th. The walk around the park starts at 7:30. If nothing else, come down, walk around the park, look at the lighted pumpkins. It's really cool. Weather will be great. Rain or shine, we'll do it. So come see it. And then October the 30th, we'll have our Halloween shindig, trunk or treat, trick or treat, and the parade of mask. And then Christmas in the Village on December the 4th, parade, Santa, tree lighting, and live reindeer.
You all have it going on down there.
Should be great. Should be a great next 3 months.
How do people get to enter the Christmas parade?
Contact the Oak Hill Festival of Flags. Usually Joyce McClurg is the one to contact. You can probably reach her number through the Festival of Flags webpage or Facebook page.
Sure. All right. Sounds good. That didn't sound good, did it?
I think it came from outside, so I don't think we have to worry about it.
There was a really loud boom, so if you're wondering what we were talking about, you might want to stay here for a minute. No, we're just kidding. Well, is there anything else you wanted our viewers to know about what's going on in the village of Oak Hill, or anything wild while you're here?
I will mention, starting usually a couple weeks before November, we will have our town lit up with our Christmas lights. That's a project that's a partnership between the Oak Hill Historical Society and the Oak Hill Area Chamber of Commerce. So we have brand new Christmas lights that we hang throughout town. Those were all donated by various individuals who purchased the light, so they have a nameplate in their name, but they're really awesome. Our new lights, we're very proud of them. This will be, I think, our third or fourth year of having new street lights, new street Christmas lights. So come down, cruise through State Route 93 and Main Street, check those out. We've also we put some bells across the street at near the Liberty Theater, just like it was back in the 50s. Everybody's excited about the bells that are across the street. So
really?
Come down for a drive.
That's
during
neat.
The holiday season. Check out Christmas lights.
Yeah, and who doesn't like Christmas lights? They make you happy. They're pretty.
Absolutely.
That's right. All right, well, Kurtis, thank you so much for spending your morning with us. I know you're busy and have other things to do, like getting ready for the pumpkin walk.
Right. Yep. I got to go home, and usually I carve about 20 or 30 pumpkins, give or take, just to throw more out there. So
for fun, huh?
For fun. Yep. So I got a lot of carving ahead of me this week.
Maybe wear like that steel glove or something. We want to make sure you keep all your digits. Be careful with that. Oh, and by the way, kids, if you're kind of young, it's okay if your parents help you carve the pumpkins. Don't go start stabbing on a pumpkin by yourself.
Absolutely. Parents are encouraged to help their children carve the pumpkins.
Yes.
I know. I help my three boys so that there's no trips to the emergency room. So.
Yes, we don't. No avocado hand for the kids. Oh, very good. Well, thank you for hanging out with us today. We appreciate it so much, and hope everybody comes down and hangs with you this weekend.
Awesome. Yep. Come and see us.
Very good. All right, let's head on over to your weather. Speaking of the weekend, and wondering what the heck is going to happen. So today is Wednesday, October 13th. Can you believe it's the middle of October already? This is crazy. Partly cloudy skies. You can just walk right through there. Highs around 78 degrees today, so just a really, really pretty fall day. For tonight, partly cloudy, lows around 62. For Thursday, partly cloudy, highs around 83 degrees. Again, no rain in the forecast. Now, Friday, a little tiny bit of rain pops into the forecast. Partly cloudy, scattered showers, isolated thunderstorms, highs around 82 degrees on Friday. And then Saturday, there is a front passing through. Hopefully it holds off for our all of our events going on in Jackson. And, of course, the Pumpkin Walk on Saturday night. Highs, though, around 64, which is a great fall temperature.
Finally.
Like that, yeah. So, I'm okay with sunny and 75 every day of my life.
Yeah, but it's been 82.
I know. It has been... Listen, we couldn't have had any better weather, though, than we've had the past couple weeks.
Yeah, it's mostly
really, really pretty.
It's mostly been really nice.
Yeah, it has been and enjoyable. It's just spring and fall are so difficult because it's how do I dress?
Yeah.
Am I gonna
right? Because it's 50 degrees in the morning and it's 85 degrees by 1 o'clock.
Right. So it's depending on what you're doing and where you're going to be. Are you going to be outside or inside, or what's going on? It's I have no idea how to dress in the spring and fall.
Yep.
But anyway,
I thought we'd give one more shout out to the Marquee.
Yes.
October 16th. So that is Saturday. Ryan Daniel. The show is free for veterans.
Yes.
At the Marquee, Saturday night, and that is at, what time does it start? 7 p.m.
Okay.
So tickets are still available. $10 tickets, $5 beers. But if you're a veteran, free show at the Marquee Saturday night.
There you go. Country show, right?
Yeah, I believe.
Very fun.
He was played at the Marquee before, and I guess tore the house down. Apparently, was very good.
Yeah,
but he's going to be back. Ryan Daniel this Saturday.
Love it.
Marquee free show for veterans.
But
you don't have to be a veteran to go. It's open.
No,
to the public.
It's open to everybody, but free to veterans.
Right.
So yeah, that is an awesome deal. And again, there is so much going on this weekend.
Yeah. So. Go drop off your pumpkin.
Right.
Come to the Marquee, watch Ryan Daniel.
Yeah.
And then, because...
Well, you can go to the Pumpkin Walk and then come to the Marquee. Yeah,
but you got to make time to go to the Foothills Art Festival at some point in time, too.
Yeah, so you're going to have to spend the day in Jackson and probably go back and forth.
It's going to be a little bit of running back and forth.
Yeah.
But it'll be worth it.
That's right. So... lots and lots of great things going on Saturday, and we'll try to recap those over the next couple of days because it is literally going to be a day chock full of stuff.
Yeah. Yep.
You're going to get home at night and sleep really well if you do all the events.
Unless you're all jazzed up from
you could be
running around, then you won't sleep at all and will be exhausted on Sunday.
Yeah, I can see people just being so overstimulated. They get home, they're just
yeah. I guess that's what Sunday's the day of rest, right?
There you go.
That's what it's there for.
Love that. So we're just praying that weather holds off. We'll keep an eye on it and let you know what's going on there on Saturday. Because as of right now, there is some rain in the forecast, but we're going to say shoo right on out of here.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah.
Hope so.
And you never know with rain.
It could be raining right now and we just don't know it.
Correct. And that's the thing. What good does the weather forecast do? Yeah. They do typically get the temperatures right. The rain, not so much.
Yeah, they get it right within 10 degrees. Margin of error. Margin of error of it being
plus or minus 10 degrees. Yeah.
But then, like we said in Ohio, it fluctuates 30, 40 degrees during the day.
It does. The old Jeff Foxworthy thing where it's you live in Ohio when you turn on your air and your heat all in the same day. So true.
When I was driving to work yesterday, I could not decide if I wanted the air conditioning or the heat on in the car.
I know. And then it's if you do nothing, it's super stuffy. So you're I feel like there needs to be some air blowing, but I don't know what it is.
Yep. That's the problem.
Yep, I feel ya. So they're still doing the holiday market?
Yeah, so the Parks Edge Holiday Market, we're looking for vendors. They've had about, I think, 13 or 15 people sign up.
Okay.
To be a vendor. We're looking for 30 or 40 probably.
Right.
So if you, sell Mary Kay or something like that, you do crafts.
Yeah, you make stuff, you bake stuff, you create stuff.
Yeah, anything like that. So if you're interested in being a vendor at the Parks Edge Holiday Market, visit Enjoy Parks Edge. Yeah, so enjoyparksedge.com/holiday market.
That's right.
And you can sign up to be a vendor. It's $40 to be a vendor. The event is on Saturday, December 4th.
10 a.m. to 5 p.m. And it's going to be like a really fun day.
Yeah.
There's going to be a lot going on there at the market.
It really is. There's already been like such a wide range of people sign up for it.
Yes. All types of vendors are welcome. You don't have to sell holiday stuff either. So don't get put yourself in that mold where it's like, oh, I don't make Christmas wreaths, so I'm not welcome. No, everybody's welcome. Anything that you sell that people might want to give as a gift. It doesn't have to be holiday themed.
Right.
Vendor spaces are still available, and check out enjoyparksedge.com/holiday market, and you can sign up to be a vendor there. It's I know they're gonna do some fun things for kids and whatever while mom and dad shop, or maybe some fun things for dad while mom shops.
Yeah.
Even better.
Yeah. Well, yeah, there will probably be beverages available. I'm not 100% sure, but I think that'll probably be the case.
There was also talk of football being on the ginormous big screen while mom shops. Yeah. So it will be a fun day for the whole family.
Should be. Yeah, absolutely.
Yep. And that is December 4th as well. So you can do that during the day, then go to Oak Hill in the evening.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, lots and lots. I mean, this is the time of the year where there's just so much stuff going on.
Yeah, it's about to get... Well, yeah, fall into the holiday season is just nonstop.
Yeah, it never ends.
Yep. Just ask Pete Wilson.
Correct.
But soon it's going to be busy for everybody, not just Pete Wilson.
Correct. But the poor guy runs like a crazy person.
Yep.
Yep.
So I see on top there you got an article, the most stolen vehicles in America.
Yeah, and I thought this was... So the ironic thing is America's most popular car is also America's most stolen vehicle. And I should say vehicle, not car. Do you know what it is? Well, that's kind of a hint.
Right. Well, it's going to be big trucks, and particularly a Ford F-150.
Yes.
Yeah. So I think everybody knows that the Ford F-150 is the best-selling vehicle in America.
Right.
So it's no surprise that they get stolen a lot.
Correct. So it is the most popular and the most stolen vehicle in the United States.
And when you said car, I was like, who's out there stealing Honda Civics?
I know, right? Correct. It topped the list of the 10 most stolen cars in the U.S., but... according to the National Insurance Crime Bureau, and vehicle thefts have jumped by, this is kind of scary, 11% in 2020.
See, I would think that in general, that's got to be way, 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 way down, right? Because how can you get away with stealing a car?
I don't know, but 11% more cars were stolen.
It seems like, I don't know, you just, with modern technology, you really just can't get away with anything.
With GPS and all that now, I mean, they're so easy to track.
Right. Like all the modern cars have OnStar and all this stuff. And if you steal it and you've got your phone and you connect your phone to the car, how could they not find it?
I would agree with that. It's going to get to the point where if you steal a car, it's to get to point A to point B and then ditch it.
The car,
it's not like you're going to be driving around in it for a year, kind of thing. They compile their annual, they call it Hot Wheels.
It's a good name.
Hot Wheels report by analyzing vehicle theft data. The F-Series has the dubious honor of being the most stolen car in America with... Wow, this is a lot. 44,014 F-150s were stolen in 2020, which is a 13% increase compared to 19.
I wonder what percentage of those are stolen from like residents versus it's like a business that just has like 50
a fleet of trucks.
Right. And somebody thinks, oh, I'll steal this one from this, construction company or whatever.
I don't know.
And they won't notice.
That's a fair question. And this could kind of maybe answer your question because thieves preferred the truck from the 2006 model year. So we're talking like
15
older F-150 trucks,
so
which again wouldn't be
OnStar and all that stuff.
Tracked and all that. Number 2 on the list, could you guess? In the same theme.
Another big truck.
The Chevrolet full-sized truck. So, and it doesn't, like, that's lopping in all of the Chevy trucks, like the Chevy full-size trucks. So any light, heavy-duty models, whatever. 40,698 Chevy trucks were stolen in 2020, which is, are you ready for this? This is crazy. A 25.7% increase.
Just in Chevrolets being stolen?
Just in Chevrolets.
Well, so you think that's because there's been like a lot less Rams stolen? There's been 20% less Rams?
Yeah, I don't know.
The thieves just switch brands?
So why is that? Are they easier to steal, or is it, why? Why is that?
I don't know.
So that allowed Chevy to bump down the Honda Civic to third place. And again, thieves, pick these older model cars. The Honda Civic preferred stolen model, just so you know, if you want to go out and steal one, is the 2004 model.
So surely they're like stripping that for parts, right?
I don't know. Fair question. I would have to think.
Because there's no way a 2004 Honda Civic can't be worth more than like $6,000.
Right, exactly.
So surely that there are parts on that old version that are still being used for newer vehicles, or maybe it's just for the metal.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Or but
it's definitely not for unless it's just kids stealing cars. But I don't know. That's not. I feel like that's not happened. How many thousands of times did you say?
Okay, so let's go over this again because this blows my mind. So 44,000 F-150s. Yeah. Almost 41,000 Silverados or Chevy trucks, and 34,144 Honda Civics were stolen.
I think it would be funny to compare that statistic of how many cars are actually stolen versus how many cars you get stolen in movies. Like, Nicolas Cage or Vin Diesel or whatever, like Jimmy's a door lock and then like pulls down the little thing and like cuts the wires and puts them together.
Yeah, right.
How many times? It probably happens in movies more times than it happens in real life.
It does. They stole a truck in Walking Dead last night when I was watching it.
And in movies,
same thing. Pull down the wires.
Well, either that or they just pull down the sun visor and the key just falls out.
Does anyone do that?
Yeah. If you have ever put your keys in the sun visor of your car, please comment, because that happens in TV shows and stuff all the time. And
you're just
nobody does that.
Nobody
does that.
And it's like, don't put your key under your doormat, for the love of God. That just happened here in this area.
Yeah, this is an article about that guy in the Telegram today. He was like arrested in suspicion of like 4 different.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Crazy stuff. Yeah, read the Telegram on that, because
Pete will tell us about it tomorrow.
Crazy stuff. And if you don't if you haven't followed all the Facebook trails, it is wild.
Yeah.
Very seldom probably does Facebook solve crimes, but it was like all of a sudden you saw this post and this post and this post, and you're like, wait a minute, these are all connected, and everyone just started putting the pieces together to solve that. But anyway.
And also, if you haven't already invested in one of those like smartphone home security systems.
Yeah, like put a ring thing in.
Yeah, get one of those for Christmas this year. They're not that expensive.
They're not expensive. As long as you have some internet, you're good to go.
Yeah.
Okay, so the Honda Accord, the Toyota Camry, and the Nissan Altima, no surprise, finished in 4th, 5th, and 6th place, respectively. Oddly, the Accord is the oldest car on the list. How are these even on the road? Thieves preferred the 1997 model.
How are you finding 40,097 Honda Accords?
I don't know.
Are they just like going on Auto Trader and like seeing who's got a 97 Honda Accord for sale?
Yeah, like how are there that many 97 models on the road? The most stolen Altima is the 2020 model, which surprises me because, again, you'd think they'd have all this tracking stuff. Yeah. 7th place went to the GMC Sierra, which trailed the Silverado with 13,016 thefts. The 8th car on the list is a Toyota Corolla. Are you sensing a theme here?
Yeah.
Here again, thieves seemingly like the modern comfort and technology features, so that was the 2020 models. And wrapping up the top 10 is the Honda CR-V.
I'm surprised that Jeep Wrangler's not on that list.
I know. I guess
you would think that cars that don't have roofs or doors would get stolen all the time.
Pretty much, yeah. The Honda CR-V increased, though, by 21.9% in 2020. So, I don't know.
Well, I guess there was that new car shortage, and
maybe
used car prices were going through the roof, so maybe people said, hey, maybe it's worth stealing a 97 Honda Accord.
Right?
It's worth the risk.
Correct.
Pay $40,000 for it at a used car lot.
Oh, I can only imagine. Okay, so strangely enough, here's a couple of oddities of this whole list. Alaska.
Yeah.
3 of the top 10 cars stolen in Alaska are Subarus.
Okay.
I thought that was weird.
Well, they're mostly 4-wheel drive, so you probably have to have that.
Probably, or front-wheel drive, or all-wheel drives, yeah. Michigan's most stolen car is the Dodge Charger, with 755 thefts reported. And 94 people stole a Mitsubishi Mirage in Puerto Rico.
It was the same one. It just got stolen.
It just
got stolen 43
94 times, yeah. They brought it back. It got stolen again. It was the craziest thing.
He kept leaving the key in the
over the visor,
sun visor,
or under the floor mat. Yeah, don't do either of those things. Let's just leave it in the ignition. I mean, whatever. Oh wait, we don't have ignitions anymore, do we? There were no European cars on any of America's top 10 lists.
Just can't get parts for them
because nobody wants one.
Can't repair them.
Yeah. So okay, they say they warn motorists to use common sense. I think we've just gone over that though. Notably, by removing your keys from the ignition, locking the doors, parking in a well-lit area if possible, use some kind of theft deterrent device like an alarm or a steering wheel lock, and consider installing a kill switch.
Do you remember back in the 90s, there were all these
trackers.
TV commercials for these like
the club
steering wheel lock things?
Yes, the club.
Yeah, well, I was watching, what was it? Oh.
Yes, and it like went and you locked it.
So I was watching like a movie from the 90s the other day, and there's a scene where like the guy is walking the girl to her car, and she gets in the car, and she like is taking one of those things off and like sits it in the passenger seat.
I think they do one in Swingers, don't they?
That's what it was. That's the movie. Yeah, that's the movie. Yeah.
So good. You're like, what?
Yeah, and I was like, oh my god, I remember those things.
The club.
Yeah,
that was a big thing. Yeah, maybe we should start that again.
Weren't the commercials like?
Oh, they were
the
ridiculous.
Thief tried to break into the car, and then like a big like monstrous guy like gets out and like beats him.
I don't know.
Or something like that. They made it sound like it was like, you know, something more than what it was. But it was just this little metal bar that like made
that just
turning your
slides
steering
apart.
wheels a little more uncomfortable.
Now I want one.
Yeah.
I think we should all get the club for Christmas.
And we should all get aluminum like sun visor things.
Yes.
To keep the temperature of your car like 2 degrees lower.
You know, so Zip could start doing that and personalizing them.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, it could be like, you know, Jen's car or, you know.
Yeah. Well, I like the ones that make it
James's ride.
Well, I like the ones that make it look like Han Solo and Chewbacca are like sitting in the front seat, or like Bugs Bunny and Daffy Duck or something like that.
We could put DeWine on the front. Like he's looking over. Oh, wait, everybody already has that in their car.
I don't think I've seen those. I mean, I've seen the ones where he's like peeking out.
That's what I mean.
Okay. I thought you were, yeah. Yeah, Matt McKee has one of those downstairs in the WKOV radio booth.
We could just transfer that to like sun visors. He's watching you.
He's watching you.
All of the above.
In your 97.
Yeah, in your 97 Honda Accord. So weird.
I'm gonna look up 97 Honda Accords on Auto Trader.
Yeah, see what they are.
See if they like are going for money.
I like it. So what's your favorite color?
Blue.
You like blue?
Yeah.
Well, you are not hip this year as far as Sherwin-Williams is considered, because Sherwin-Williams has revealed the 2022 color of the year. So they do a color of the year every year.
Okay.
And this year's color of the year, I actually think is absolutely gorgeous. It's called Evergreen Fog, and it's a tranquil, like gray-green color. It's really, really pretty. But do you want to hear an ironic thing about Sherwin-Williams color of the year?
I would.
So
you printed it out in black and white and then said it was beautiful.
Yeah. Well, I looked at it. But we opened the brewery in 2017.
Yeah.
So the color that like I loved and we painted the brewery is called Urbane Bronze.
Okay.
And that was in 2017. And Urbane Bronze was it last year? Yeah. Was 2021's color of the year. I was like,
oh, man, good job.
Go me.
Yeah.
Isn't that cool?
It is cool.
Yeah. So, but that's what color the brewery is if you don't know. But yeah, 2022 color of the year is Evergreen Fog. And it would be like a really, really pretty, just like wall color for like a bedroom or somewhere where you want it to be like tranquil, like an office or dining area, something like that. So there you go. If you want to be hip and cool with Sherwin-Williams, you paint Evergreen Fog.
Evergreen Fog.
Yep.
All right. Tell me if you think this is worth stealing.
Okay.
1997 Honda Accord LX. 246,000 miles. 4-speed automatic transmission. 2-wheel front drive. It needs a headlight, head gasket. The passenger side is damaged. Parts are available because there's so many of them stolen and chopped for parts.
Somebody, is stealing them for parts.
Yeah. And then the dealer says almost all of our vehicles are either classified as clean or reputable.
Almost.
And it may contain flood damage.
Oh.
So you could become one of the 40,000 people that steal these, or you could buy this one for $995.
Why would you steal it if you can buy it for $900?
Yeah. I will say that it gets 30 miles per gallon highway. I feel like that's pretty good for
maybe that's
a car that old.
People are like, hey, I don't have a lot of money. I'm going to steal a car. I want one with good gas mileage.
I mean, it's got air conditioning. It's got power locks. It's got power windows. I mean, it's got power mirrors. It's got ABS brakes. Oh, my God. It's got a CD player.
I mean, why wouldn't you steal it?
So speaking of ABS brakes,
Oh, God.
When I was going through those old VHS tapes the other day and I found that tape of the Coal Festival Parade.
Yeah.
I also found this GM, like, educational video or whatever that was from when my dad bought his, like, old Oldsmobile SUV back in, like, 1998 or whatever. They came with a VHS tape explaining, like, what anti-lock brakes were.
Nuh-uh.
And, like, how to use them. And it's this, like, old race car driver that I'd never heard of as the, like, host or whatever. And it's, like, an hour long.
What? You've got to bring that in.
It's really funny.
You've got to.
It's pretty funny. The best, like, old VHS tape I ever had, weird one like that, I bought this old, like, 3D camera at a flea market one time.
Mm-hmm.
And it came with this, like, instructional video that was hosted by Vincent Price, teaching you how to use this camera.
Really?
Yeah, it was amazing. Because he was
So
in
weird.
he was in a 3D movie one time.
So he knows all about 3D.
Drug him in for this weird infomercial.
What the heck does a 3D camera? Does it like really film stuff in 3D?
Yeah, so it had 4 lenses on it, so it would take one exposure from like 4 different angles, and you'd have to have it printed specially. But those pictures where you like tilt it like that, and the image kind of moves.
Yeah,
that's what it was doing.
Yeah.
It wasn't very practical.
I was going to say, really you probably didn't use that a lot,
No,
did
it
you?
was really just a weird thing I found at a flea market.
You're like, I kind of want to try this.
Yeah. I actually sold it on eBay like years later for like probably 4 times what I paid for it. I think I paid $40 for it, and I sold it for like $250 on eBay.
Love that.
Yeah. Anyway.
Hey, there's a market for everything.
Yeah. I wonder how much I could get for that anti-lock brake.
You should put it on eBay just to see.
I wouldn't be surprised if somebody bought it. Because it's really fun.
It's like vintage, like, which is weird because 1998's vintage, which terrifies me.
Yeah. Is your vintage now?
Yeah. I mean, I graduated college before then. So. You shut up. I'm not vintage.
Well, when Curtis was talking about the Oak Hill Parade of Masks being something that they did back in the day, I was like, did that when I was a kid.
You did.
It wasn't
that long ago.
Yeah, I was like, you're making it sound like this is from like the 50s.
That's how I thought it was too.
Yeah, I wasn't aware that it ever went away, but I suppose it probably did.
Well, it's back, so you can participate. All right, life hack of the day. Are you ready?
Okay.
So, if you like to save some money.
Who doesn't?
I mean, I do.
Steal a 97 Honda Accord instead of buying a new car.
For $900.
Save $997.
$95.
$95.
Of which I'm guessing that you could, bargain down to.
And then do like 12 years in prison.
Right. For $900. Awesome.
For $900 worth of a junk car.
Can you imagine? Oh, man. No, so life hack of the day, did you know that you can take like regular household sponges, and you can literally get packs of them at the dollar store for like the Dollar Tree for $1.
Uh-huh.
And instead of fabric softener sheets, like where you run out all the time, you can actually take these sponges and take them and mix them with fabric softener, equal half and half fabric softener water.
Okay.
And put them in like a little Tupperware container. Like just cut like a normal sponge in half. Soak it in fabric softener and water.
Okay.
Keep them in, just cut a bunch of them up. Keep them in a Tupperware. And you can use those as dryer sheets. And then you can reuse them over and over and over and over again.
I reuse the dryer sheets over and over and over
No, you
again.
don't. Oh my God.
So
how cheap are you?
They're not falling apart yet. They're still good.
No, they're not. Oh my gosh. I can't believe your like clothes aren't like standing on end. Oh, James, I can tell that shirt was 4 dryer sheets or four washings in.
Yep.
But no, I thought that was really cool. And then you take the dried sponge hat. So you throw them in the dryer with the stuff. Then, of course, they dry. And then you get them out, put them back in the container, re-soak them, use them again, over and over and over again. So you're using, just a little bit of fabric softener and water mixed together and a sponge that you're reusing over and over and over again. There you go. And then you don't have to worry about when you forget to buy dryer sheets, which is pretty much all my life. Why is that? Because you know why? Because you're walking through the grocery store and you're looking at grocery stuff.
Right.
So you're on like the outskirts of the grocery store, and unless you need like paper towels or anything like that you would happen to walk down that aisle, you're never remembering to get laundry detergent.
Right.
Or fabric softener sheets. Right. Doesn't happen. Like, it just doesn't cross my mind as I'm walking through the grocery store. So, there you go. All right, so that is your save money and be cool hack of the day.
Be cool.
Use
sponges instead of dryer
sheets. The dryer sponge that will last forever.
Like the cool kids do.
That's right. Yep. They say that, so this lady posted it online, and she, like a lot of people were like, oh yeah, we do that too, and it works really, really well. So my guess is, if it were me, this would just be Jen's tip of the day.
Okay.
I would definitely, though, get fabric softener that isn't like blue.
Okay.
Because if you're throwing that in the dryer, there would be a possibility that perhaps it would transfer onto your clothes.
I don't know.
The blue fabric softener. So I would get like a clear fabric softener.
It's probably smart.
Or a white one, or whatever. But those aren't hard to find.
Neither are dryer sheets.
Shut up, James. I'm just trying to teach people something to save money and effort.
Stealing Honda Accords.
That's right. I think basically you can mix fabric softener and water together too and make wrinkle release.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Instead of, buying wrinkle release. Because I use that constantly because I hate to iron.
Yeah.
Do you use wrinkle release?
No. Most
spray it on your
modern clothes don't really wrinkle that much. Just kind of depends on what kind of fabric it is.
Yeah.
But I think like fabric designers or clothing designers have learned that men are just not going to iron
Not going to iron stuff. It's not going to happen.
Most men's shirts and slacks and stuff are like wrinkle free anymore. So it's,
Of course it is for men.
Yeah.
That's just so that they don't have to say, honey, can you iron my shirt for me? And her hit him over the head with something. Like the iron. Iron your own freaking shirt.
All right. Pumpkin Walk Saturday.
Pumpkin Walk Saturday. Lots and lots of fun stuff going on. And that is in Oak Hill. And that's how you can end your day. Or at the Marquee.
Yep. Lots of options.
Yeah.
Busy weekend.
Very fun. And if you haven't watched Squid Game, do so.
I haven't watched it yet.
You haven't watched it yet?
No, I'll get to it eventually. I'll try to.
Well, you can watch it over the weekend. It's only 9 episodes. It's not like it's hard to, watch. And it will keep your attention.
All right. Very good.
Other than the times when the annoying girl's talking and you're like, make her stop. Oh, thank God she finally fell through the thing. And
Spoilers.
Yeah. Spoiler alert. You don't have to listen to her the whole time. How's that? Okay. All right. Hey, by the way, big shout out to our friends up at Holzer. Had a doctor's appointment yesterday. They are asking that you wear masks when when you're in the facility, which makes total sense. Everyone was so kind and nice though, and just want to give them a shout out and thank you for being awesome.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yep. I had an appointment and Jamie had an appointment all at the same time. It was really bizarre. Not even knowing.
You didn't even know.
No.
I was going to say, that'd be convenient if you planned it that way.
No. Actually, so he had an appointment, though, at the Wellston Clinic, and I had one here on top of the hill. So, but yeah, thanks to our friends at Holzer. They do a great job. All right. Well, let's see. What's tomorrow?
Pete Wilson.
Pete Wilson will be here tomorrow, and we're going to talk about the absolutely bizarre case of the man who set Facebook aflutter the other day.
Yeah.
And if you don't know what we're talking about, you're fixing to tomorrow. So.
Yep.
All right.
You just heard a bird in the ceiling.
Yeah, I think so too. Well, that's our cue to get out of here for the day. Have a great day, everyone. We appreciate you watching, and we'll see you right back here tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye.